Welcome to episode 2 of Crap Places to Live. Now, I made episode 1 of Crap Places to Live back in 2012, and I was intending on making this like a series on my channel, and I never really got round to it. So 9 years later, here is episode 2. Now, the reason why I didn't really get round to it is I didn't really find that many crap places that were interesting enough for a video, because I know loads of boring shitholes in the UK, but you can't really make an exciting video about a boring shithole. So actual crap places, what places could I include? Now, I know a lot of people will consider the tower blocks of London crap places to live, and I can imagine for quite a lot of people actually live in them, it could well be. But for me on my YouTube channel, I wouldn't want to call them crap, because I simply love the tower blocks of London. I find them really fascinating places. So where is a crap place to live? Wow! I found the ultimate crap place, which possibly has the worst private landlord of a building of this type in the United Kingdom. Now let's talk about bad landlords. I can think of loads. Loads of very small scale landlords are incredibly bad. And also you could possibly also talk about London housing estates again, like Poplar Harker. They're an absolutely terrible landlord, but their buildings are so interesting because they're run down. But what about new builds and relatively new builds, such as this building built in around about the year 2000? This building is located in Swindon. This is a reasonable sized building. I'd say it's sort of a medium building, got quite a lot of floors. Pretty big building. You don't normally find these sorts of buildings run down. You don't normally find these sorts of buildings with bad landlords. So these buildings are usually kept in really good condition compared to with many other types of building. But this building is an exception. Let's just go around this building and see how bad the landlord is. And the landlord has added loads of signs around the buildings to keep the residents of the building's behaviour in order. Let's take a look at these signs. Do not keep these fire doors open with traffic cones or other items. You'll be the first to complain about homeless druggies, and if the building goes on fire, like Grenfell Tower. Fucking hell! How the fuck can a landlord say that? Like, this isn't some small landlord. A building of this class, a fairly big, relatively recent building, you'd never expect such unprofessionalness in a building like this. This is so strange. Now, let's just take a look at the condition of the building. And it's in appallingly bad condition. There's 5 lifts here. 4 of these are Schindler's Smart MRLs, the rare classic from the early 2000s. And then on a separate taller part of the building is a Schindler Iconic D-Series. And now let's take a look around this delightful building. And can you guess how many of the Schindler Smart lifts were working? The answer: 0. Not a single one of the 4 Schindler Smarts were working in this building. This building has been left in a state of disrepair. Let's take a look at the first Schindler Smart. Now I wonder why this one isn't working. And this area around the lift absolutely stinks. Let's open up the lift and oh dear, oh dear. The pit is a bit flooded. That pit must have around 0.8 metres of water in it. That has been flooding for a very long time. This lift has not worked in ages, and this water is absolutely stale and completely stinks. This building is in such bad condition. The landlord has allowed this building to get incredibly run down. We found Schindler Smart, really nice and rare, but I opened it up and it's flooded. Look how much, oh, that is so flooded. That's like over half a metre, that's like 3/4 of a metre of water in there. I don't think that's going to operate.
That's turn off, isn't it?
Right, that's views. Look how much water there is. Let's continue taking a look around the building and along to the next Schindler Smart lift, and again there's more of these wonderful notices. You'll be the first to complain about homeless juggies and if the building goes on fire like Grenfell Tower. Well, are you happy to know you live in this building and it's going to end up like Grenfell Tower according to that sign?
Look at the state of it. It's all flooded.
Oh my. And if this building goes on fire like Grenfell Tower. Oh, I love the resident here, a sign like that. It makes me so much love this place. Well, but the landlord thinks this place is like Grenfell Tower. Wouldn't you love a landlord that compares your property to Grenfell Tower? How earth can a landlord write something like this? Like, this is a big building. You would not expect this level of unprofessionalism. This sign is completely tasteless and completely disrespectful to all the people that died in the tragedy. Just imagine living in a building where your very own landlord is comparing your building to Grenfell Tower. And there's also 4 things about his sign which are completely incorrect. Number 1, you'll be the first to complain about homeless druggies. As this utterly incorrect writing from a landlord to write something like that. That's just wrong in so many ways. And utterly unprofessional, as well as talk about Grenfell Tower. That's just unacceptable. Thing number 2, and if the building goes on fire like Grenfell Tower did not go on fire because people left the doors open. It went on fire because an appliance in someone's flat caught fire, which then set fire to the flammable cladding, and because there's aluminium in front of the cladding, the fire brigade were not able to put the fire out. This has got absolutely nothing with residents leaving doors open, so this sign completely misquotes facts. And the third thing wrong with this sign is do not keep his doors open with traffic cones or other items. Well, over half of the doors in this building, which should have been locked and only able to be opened with an RFID card, were all unlocked because the latch that keeps the door shut was broken. The landlord cannot even keep the building adequately maintained. That's got nothing to do with the residents. That's the landlord's fault that people are getting in the building. Then there's thing number 4. At the bottom of this sign, if you keep doing it, we'll ask Warwick to check the CCTV and ask him to get your landlord to evict you in accordance with the lease. Now, there's a big difference between a tenancy and a lease. A tenancy is where you pay for a flat on a monthly rolling basis and you don't really have any rights to your property. While on a lease, you're paying a very large sum of money up front, almost paying as much as if you were actually buying a building outright and having a freehold on it. So as you're paying so much for your lease up front, you have rights to your property. You can't just be evicted over a whim like this. So this sign has got 4 things wrong with it. That's how messed up this place is. And in the car park in this building, there is a lot of pigeons to poo on everyone's cars. There are more happy pigeons in the building than happy people. Far more. And we go up this staircase along to a mezzanine, but again all of the doors into the 4 different sections of this building were all broken and unlocked, so anyone could walk into the building.
I can't believe trying to say it's Grenfell Tower. It's Grenfell Tower.
Oh, imagine living here. And let's now go along to the next Schindler Smart Lift, which also wasn't working.
What's the point of having an RFID if you can walk around this way?
There is no point. What's this one got? Smart. This one doesn't work either. No, they've got loads of smarts here, none of them work. No, none of them work.
No other way in this one. That might be the flooded one.
So not a single Schindler Smart works in this building.
Yeah, they get put in the paper for the lift's not working in there.
And now we go out of this part of the building and along to the other taller section of the building, which has the Schindler Myconic lift.
The door is open. Please close the door behind you.
Please close the door behind me? Well, I can close the door behind me, but it's not going to lock since this door was also broken. Now along to the lift, and something is seriously wrong with this lift. This lift was originally intended to go 1 metre a second. The generic lift company that maintains this lift has slowed it down, probably because it's got some faults on it making it unreliable, and the generic lift engineers were too dumb to fix this fault. So to try and make the lift a bit more reliable, they slowed it down. How incompetent. Also, as well as slowing down speed, they've also slowed down the acceleration, and this lift now accelerates so slowly you can't even feel it accelerating. When you're in this lift, it literally feels like it isn't moving, and the only way you realise it is moving is because then you notice after a long time the indicator goes up a floor. Myconic Classic. Oh, on the side is Dewhurst, on the outside you've got a bit of D series, a bit Dewhurst on the inside. Hopefully this is a Myconic Classic. So that door's not Myconic, it's a shit door. Smart door, it's got a smart door. Oh my.
And we're not moving.
I don't trust this lift for some reason.
Come on, lift.
We've been moving?
No.
Yeah, moving. It says 2
Oh.
now.
What the fuck is this lift? That's so slow. It's a hydro.
No, it's cable. It used to be really fast. Why is it going so slow?
Levelling. Leveling's intelligent. That was perfect levelling, just extremely slow perfect levelling. Never seen a Myconic in such bad condition before. And let's now surf this lift What? It goes faster on inspection, it does in normal service! No way! No! That is faster in inspection than normal service! What's happened here?
That's better.
How thin that counterweight is. This is cheap for a mechanic. That is cheap. Is that ground? Oh no, just check. No, there's another floor. That's one. Actually, that pit's flooded again.
Yeah, that's the underground car park, this is.